Right now, Florida Republicans are deciding who they want to challenge President Obama in November. But some of them say it's not just about finding a candidate to unseat the president. It has to be the right candidate.
I was voting on the person most likely to beat Mitt Romney because I think...
Beat Mitt Romney.
Yeah, because I don't trust him to do anything that he promises to do. Yet is one of his advisors saying there's no way that they're going to repeal Obamacare. So I'm like, you know, I'm already expecting them to start making excuses if he gets the nomination. So Newt Gingrich is polling second right now, and I figure even though I prefer Santorum, there's no way Santorum's going to win. So I'm trying to vote for whoever has the best shot at knocking Mitt Romney off.
Wow. Florida is an important primary because of its size and its diversity. The Latino community in the state is large and very influential. Dr. Jason Johnson, the chief political correspondent with Politic 365, joins us. He's also a professor at Hiram College. Dr. Johnson, thank you very much for joining us. Let's talk about the Hispanic community in Florida, because it's not necessarily the same Hispanic community everywhere. It's different in different states. So having said that, how do the candidates try to connect with the Hispanic community at Florida differently than they would connect with the Hispanic community in other parts of the country?
Well, the Hispanic community in Florida is primarily Republican, and it's majority Cuban, who owe their sort of conservative roots back to Ronald Reagan. So both of these candidates, you've got Mitt Romney and Newt Gingrich sort of dancing back and forth on what their immigration stances are, talking about Puerto Rican statehood. They're doing everything they can to win this crucial vote. We saw in the 2000 election, Al Gore alienated these voters by sending Elian Gonzalez back. So it's really important that Cuban-American voters support you in a primary.
Why is this so important? Are they thinking long-term? Is that what this is?
Well, they're thinking long-term. Look, Florida is the one swing state that the Republicans really think they can take back from Barack Obama. The Latino vote in particular has really flipped in the state. Bush got 57% of the Latino vote in 04. Obama got 57% of the Latino vote in 08. Republicans really think they have a chance here.
And we've heard the DREAM Act come up a lot lately. Talk about that.
Look, the fact of the matter is, Obama has this plan, and it's a way for Latinos who are here, possibly illegally and otherwise, to get citizenship. The Republicans are generally against it. The DREAM Act becomes a huge issue, but nobody wants to take a strong stand in the primary. This is a fight that you want to do during the general election.
And it seems that how is it that their tone can be one thing in one state, different in another state, as if people don't pay attention all the time?
Right, because people don't pay attention all the time. Exactly. No one's paying attention. Look, what you say in South Carolina is not what you say in Florida. It's not what you say in Chicago. It's not what you say in New York City. So these candidates can get away with saying completely contradictory things depending on what state they go to. It's all about winning the state you're in at that time, and the rest you can clean up over the next 8 months. Wow.
And there's going to have to be some cleaning up to do, because so much of this campaigning has been so negative. I spoke last hour with our deputy political director, Paul Steinhauser, who said that 90% of the campaign, of the ads, have been negative. Speak to how powerful those types of ads are.
Well, here's the thing. There's two different kinds of negative ads. It's actually something I wrote about in my book. You've got policy ads that are negative, and you've got character ads that are negative. Character matters more. If you can say, hey, look, Newt Gingrich, he kicks puppies, he cheated on his wife, and he's a bad guy, that's going to resonate with voters more than Mitt Romney flipped on this issue or that. But when you get to a general election, people care more about policy. And that's where the real negativity is going to come out. You're going to hear comments about Obamacare or Romneycare or Obamacare. That's what this summer is going to be about. So right now it's about character. Later on it's going to be about policy.
Okay, and again, going back to the fact that there are different segments of the Latino community, you cannot paint them with a broad brush. The type of campaigning that you've seen in Florida is going to be different than, say, when you get to Arizona going forward.
Most definitely. Most of the Latino voters, most of the Latino voters that you have in the United States of America, they are Democratic, and they generally vote Democratic. And so Republicans recognize they don't have a good record. George Bush was an anomaly because he was from Texas. He'd done a great job with Mexican-American voters, but most Republicans can't. So Romney's got to be careful with what he says in Florida to make sure it'll resonate if he gets the nomination.
All right, let's take a look at some numbers that we have. We want to show you a poll. Are they coming? Right there. That shows, there we go. It looks like Romney so far. And actually, if you looked at this about a week ago, Newt Gingrich was slightly in the lead in Florida, but there you have Mitt Romney. Looks like he's polling pretty well right there, so we'll have to see what happens today.
Definitely. All
right, thank you very much, Dr. Johnson. We appreciate it. Mike?
Rochelle, a Michigan mom is angry because her